Hello everyone, this is White Wolf. So if you're coming onto this live feed and I wanted to talk about confirmation is true comfort. So what does it mean to have confirmation? What does it mean to receive like a psychic reading or someone activates something within you like a heart activation or an Akashic record or something that gives you information and gives you signs and give you confirmation that you're on the right path, that you're exactly where you need to be, and you're also just aligning to your divine blueprint because you get that word picture and you get that vision. And when you get that word picture and that vision and something being reflected to you, it gives you confirmation that you're doing the right thing, or you're doing the most aligned thing, or you're doing the thing that's most in vibrational alignment. And knowing that you're on the path and you're on that direct experience of like having confirmation within your life. So like when you're receiving an Akashic record or a psychic reading, or someone says something that really deeply resonates with your heart and aligns you to your key signature, it's just reflecting another configuration of energy, but also another vantage point from where you can go on to where you can receive, but also where you're seeing the differential of energy and many ways to go about energy and many ways to go about your path, and ultimately that you have options, and everybody is a reflection and everybody is a lesson, and everything in your life has a spiritual origination of where you can go. So when you have confirmation within your life, you have comfort, because sometimes you could be questioning yourself, you could be questioning your emotional state, you could be questioning everything right here, right now, ever present, and you could be in some type of an emotional state. But when you get that confirmation, it allows you to see through that and allows you to see like, I'm on the direct path of enlightenment. When I get that reading and that person says everything that is confirming to me of what everything that I'm doing and everything that I need to do, and maybe added information. And it's like when you're receiving healing, or if you're meditating in the morning, you feel as if you prime the organism of the I Am Presence because you're meditating on top of the I Am Presence, so that you could realize more and to create while you were in that meditative state. And you allowed yourself to quantum leap into another state of being. So when we're meditating right in the morning, we're trying to come back into sync and have that confirmation that we can align our energy to our prophetic nature. And if we align that energy, then we can be of that essence and of that creation and of that different configuration of energy. And we can allow ourselves to flow to that energy, but also allow ourselves to be receptive towards that energy. And when we're receptive towards it, then we're transforming the energy and we have true comfort within ourselves. So if we have true comfort within ourselves and what we're doing, and knowing that everything that we're doing is beneficial and that it's made for your progression and it's made for the elevation of energy, but it's also just aligning your vibration to who you are and having that direct correlation and that direct relationship to the divine, to God's source energy, up into the great I Am, and allowing yourself to channel from that vantage point. And when you allow yourself to channel from that vantage point, and you have that confirmation, and you have those signs, miracles, and wonders, and knowing that you're intending upon that, bringing it to the physical focus, because you're developing the sense of the non-physical focus and the physical focus, and you're combining them together so that you can be a part of this channeled notion that I am God manifested in human form. So when you have confirmation, you have comfort, but you're staying within the expanded zone of consciousness, and you're staying ever present with your awareness. But you're allowing yourself to gain the comfort, the stability within yourself to develop synchronicities so that you can start attracting what you want. But also when you get that confirmation from a psychic or a person that helps you meditate, or a person that is your friend and you confide in that person, and they give you that sense of comfort and that sense of stability, and you were able to see like, wow, we got into this dialogue about spiritual topics, and it turned into this whole other thing about talking about past experiences, talking about awakening experiences and different things of that nature. So it's giving you a word picture, it's giving you the vision, but it's giving you the outline of that deep water horizon that's reflecting back to you. And it's reflecting that notion that you're on the direct path, that you're aligning to your vibration, but also you're allowing yourself to find different ways and find different key components to use within your implementation of creation. So you're becoming an individuated creation, but you're allowing yourself to do this because you're giving yourself confirmation. Or if you have a synchronistic moment, or if you have an experience with another person and you suddenly meet your wife or your husband or something, and then because you went there, because you showed up to your life, it was giving you a confirmation that you were attracting that to yourself. So confirmation is the most freeing thing ever, because if you don't have confirmation, then you're always kind of scatterbrained, or you're wondering, or you're worried, or you don't know what's going on within your life, and you're kind of like all over the place. But if you can give yourself confirmation, you're giving yourself reception. And if you're giving yourself confirmation, that means you're allowing yourself to receive, but also you're giving yourself comfort and peace of mind, body, and spirit. So if you can find the confirmations within your life that's confirming to you and relaying to you that you're being reflected back the light of the Creator, or the oracle that wants to be channeled from within you, or you're just kind of questioning things right now. If we didn't question things, then we wouldn't have any queries, or we wouldn't have any reason to question the things that go on in our lives. But the reason why we do this is because we want to prime the seeking impulse much deeper, so that we can search for the signs, the miracles, the wonders, the confirmations that swell up and reflect back to us, and then they give us a sense of an activation within ourselves. It's activating our heart centers, but it's also activating the sense of psychic insight. So you're allowing yourself to meditate upon the I Am Presence, but you're also receiving much more information at a vast rate of speed. So when you're receiving information from a vast rate of speed, you accelerate from the point where you are at right now, because you're able to encompass upon that reception of that energy, but also the information, but also how to deliver the information. So you can allow yourself to see that there is nothing that you cannot receive, and there's nothing that cannot be so big for the container, but also the light that you're encompassing right here, right now. So confirmation is generating peace. Confirmation is generating being comfortable in changing times and trusting your talents in changing times. So you can allow yourself to let go of your worries, let go of your thoughts, and let go of everything that's trying to hinder your vibration, or like you're having, emotional guidance system come up, and you're having a bunch of emotions that are coming up and are trying to interfere with your state of being. But it's picking the emotions and the thoughts and the perception and the vision that aligns with who you are, and channeling that vision and allowing the vision to represent everything that you're trying to become. So you can allow yourself to generate from a state of awareness. And when you allow yourself to be cognizant, to be aware, but to be alive, and to not be so closed in or shut out from what you're supposed to become. So confirmation is really like that light bulb that kind of just shines in your head, and that gives you that overwhelming sense of like, wow, it just opened up a different door, a different avenue to contemplate and to meditate upon the I Am Presence here and now. And when you're allowing yourself to do that, and there's just something that dawns on you, it's almost like you're having an epiphany, if you will. If anybody can let you know in your life when you've had like an epiphany and it just was like, wow, then you do something about it. You do it because you truly accept yourself, and you learn how to truly accept yourself without any bias. And understanding what you're experiencing is very much real. So when you allow yourself to give yourself intention, when you give yourself that vulnerability to receive, but also just opening up so that you can be a vessel. You can be a vessel for the divine. You can be used as a free agent so that you can be of service to people, because you'll help other people find confirmation and peace and stability, and learning how to channel their energy authentically. and it's loving and it's vibrant, and you're finding that inseparability between other humans and yourself, but also finding that interconnectedness of the motherboard of creation. So you can allow yourself to be clear and distinct with who you are. And you block out and ignore everything that tries to come into your awareness, because that is interference. So if you allow yourself to be the energy of transference, then you're being the energy of connecting and being a universal receptor. So you're kind of like that satellite dish that connects to so many different frequencies in TV and radio. And it's kind of fine-tuning where that needs to be connected and how you receive that knowledge and how it comes in to your consciousness. So like there's a psychic reader, John Edwards. I kind of compare myself to John Edwards because when I get information, I get like a number, and sometimes he gets letters, and sometimes he gets something that they're not aware of. But it's just coming off of the energy, not only from the other person, but also having your guides assist you while they're behind you. So sometimes your guides will assist you on how to deliver and how to relay and how to give the information that the person needs. Or their guides will come in sometimes and let you know what needs to be said. So sometimes, like when I receive information for somebody, some insight, it comes in kind of like a thought, or there's a visual that I'll have, or a vision of something, or a poster of something, or letters, or a specific phrase or a number that is reflecting back to them, so that they're kind of having a general overview of how they can find that confirmation within themselves, but also within everything that they're supposed to do. And when you give that to another person, it makes them feel so much more comfortable within their space, and their heart swells up, and it just feels amazing that they're on the right path and they're right where they need to be. And because you're giving someone a place to heal, a place to open up, and a place to just be themselves. Because you become a person of service, and you become a person that can see where they need to be, but also they can see where you need to be as a person. Some of you right now could see something for me. You could see something that I need to clear on my behalf, because this isn't just about me. And that's why I try to be fair when I deliver these messages, because it would just be another person just saying, oh, I know all this information, but what was the information before the energy of it? Because if without the divine, I am nothing. But the divine uses me as a vessel for you, so that maybe this message resonates, and maybe it's very general, but also gives you a sense of comfort and confirmation and a sense of peace, to where you find the resonance and the truth within it, and it surpasses all understanding. So when you find the peace and the understanding and not getting muddled in all the details, confirmation debunks all of that. Because confirmation allows you to act on it, allows you to implement it, it allows you to expand upon the present moment, but it also allows you to kill the energy of fear. It allows you to debunk doubting yourself. It allows you to not let anything come into your space that is of distortion or different waves of energy that don't correlate with your combinations of energy. So you find that synchronization of, wow, I hear this resonates. So this is an energy transference. And with those words of wisdom, I'm able to implement a way that I can think for myself and act for myself, but also be there for myself so that I can be there for others. So therefore, I can be there for others, and I can help them be their most authentic selves. So we're all connecting. Like when we're all meditating, we don't realize what we're doing for the entire collective. So that's why when someone says, open my Akashic record, it doesn't look like a stale library. when you say like open their Akashic record, it could be a beauty shop, it could be a spaceship, it could be whatever they want it to be. But that's the realm of imagination. That's the realm of allowing that person to be in sync with who they are and representing something to them so that they have an image, a vibration, a vision, a word picture, so that they're able to depict and decipher what you're delivering to them. So that it kind of like makes sense. Because sometimes it's not about, always making sense. It's not about getting it right. It's not about getting all the details or figuring out this or learning about all the chakras. But sometimes it's just kind of accepting your gift and your role here and just going about that and finding that pace and finding that patience and that grace and that anointing in the way that you can relate to another person, that they can be themselves truly, and that they have the insight and they have the power, and that your guides are always with you. So like I said earlier about the guides, really they're standing behind you always. So like when you're delivering, they're just kind of helping you place the energy, but also just helping you and assisting you so that you can be a guide and help them with their guidance mechanisms. Also, like sensing something, like sensing that someone needs healing, or sensing that someone needs to check their ego, or feeling into the vibration and seeing themselves in a different light, in a different aspect from where they are right now. So this means that it's not necessarily seeing into the future, because seeing into the future is one thing, but seeing what someone wants right now at this exact moment is channeling from the present moment. Because a lot of people can tell you your future, but your future can be altered because you can collapse timelines. So your future and your path can always be altered, and you can always collapse timelines. And yes, are there things that need to happen and things that need to coalesce and things that you need to experience for maturation within your soul. But sometimes that can be altered because you upped a frequency, you upped a density, you upped a vibration within yourself. And then you were able to collapse that timeline, which changed different circumstances and experiences. So it's just kind of allowing you to have a prophecy and to accept it, but also not to be so worried about what will happen or what will not happen, but worrying about the confirmation of here and now in the present moment, because that's all that really matters, is the present moment, here, now, and forevermore. So also, guys, I'm going to interject on myself. If you guys want to book a private session, set a time, date, and day. It's only 1 hour for $70 and $60 for a healing and activation session, and $50 for a psychic class if I get 4 or 5 people. So book a time, date, and day. I have Cashapp and PayPal. So if you want to do any of those, you can. You have to donate before the appointment as well. So I hope I don't knock my phone over. I don't think I will. I hope I don't. But we're going to do a meditation too. So if you've enjoyed this message so far and you want to kind of allow yourself to kind of just wrap this in a beautiful bow, but also let me know your thoughts on this topic. What's it like, getting a psychic reading for somebody? And like last night, I had so many beautiful confirmations. Like I told a person to go out in nature, and they told me they went to the hot springs that night, and then they received a reading from me, which was confirming to them that's what they needed to do. See, that's the interconnectedness. That's not even like predicting the future, but that's predicting something that's already happened or will happen. But that's what's beautiful about the unknown. That's what's so groundbreaking of the unknown and the anointed and the chosen and the psychic, because it is really just unknown and it's up for face value, but also it's just kind of just letting you know like what you need to do. And ultimately it'll give you that confirmation and that peace and that security within yourself to just like, wow, I'm doing what I need to do. This person confirmed to me. And also, just know where you're receiving the information from, and knowing, like, to have discernment and authority to receive from a certain person, you know, because sometimes you could receive from a person and their energy is misaligned. They could be coming from a lower resonance, but always find where the highest resonance is, and finding where you need to receive from that vantage point. And because that will give you ways to open up to where you need to open up your energy towards, and not just going to any Joe Schmo that wants to touch your palm and stuff, you know. Even if I say something right now, if it doesn't resonate, follow your resonance. Take what doesn't and then throw the other stuff away, because that's allowing you to be a free being. Because not everything that I'm going to say or everything I'm going to do is going to resonate. But it's just like, if it does and it blesses you, and you don't have to ever watch my videos again, and you just go off and you do your own thing, that's wonderful. You know, 'cause that's kind of the point, is to kind of get people where they need to be, and then you're on to the next recipient, because that's what seeds are. So we plant those seeds and we help people awaken, and we help people get more into sync with who they are. And then they go off and they do their own thing, but also they receive from others. And then they receive from themselves and channel their own energy and their own embodiment. And that's what's beautiful, is to just give people a nudge up and motivation and empowerment. And then they empower themselves to do wonderful, transcendent, beautiful things. And that's the beauty of it. And it has nothing to do with like what you're doing, but it's just allowing the divine to use you as a vantage point that someone can be led to confirmation, to the path, to the direct experience of that I am presence channeled fully right here, right now. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And it's freeing. It's so freeing because it gives you that sense of sense and sensibility and confirmation, and it primes the seeking impulse for self-realization, if you will. So it's actually not too sunny, and I know some of you are probably like, why are you not wearing a hat? Because I always see you wear a hat. It's usually really hot, and yes, I do like wearing a hat, but sometimes, you know, it's not always good to wear a hat. So we're going to do a meditation. So with this meditation, I want you to give yourself some confirmation, give yourself balance, give yourself a chance to recalibrate and recharge your batteries, if you will. So, and I want you to channel your prophetic visions and channel your prophetic nature, and to just allow yourself to breathe deep in and out. And to just relax, and to know that you're giving yourself that sense of confirmation right now. Confirm all of the things that you are, and disregard all the things that you are absolutely not. You are not lacking. You are wonderful. You have been wonderfully crafted in the image of the I Am Presence. You are a grounded, balanced being that receives insight. And when you receive that insight, it's coming from the source of all things. And it penetrates through all of the distortion. It allows you to alleviate what you're receiving, but also how you deliver it, and how you use the anointing with grace, dignity, and honor, and have honor for the recipient. So you have honor for the recipient right here, right now, because you want to give them a sense of mind, a sense of body, and a sense of spirit. And you're helping that person change out of their state immediately. You're helping them change out of their state right now. You're helping them change out of their own vibration. and you're helping them ascend even higher. And when you do this, you're helping that person just accentuate the energy, but also build upon that energy so that there's momentum within their drive, within their vibration. And when there's momentum, drive, and stability and change within them, there's a change inside of you. So there's a perfect energetic exchange, an energetic transference, but also a transformation within these other entities being you and me. So there's a change within you, but there's also a change within them. And that is growing and giving and receiving. Give and receive. If you give your heart, your time, and know that your labor is your love, then it will ultimately be fun to do your job and do what you were created to do on this earth plane. And just tapping into the power here and now. That's what's beautiful about that, is just allowing the other person to be empowered, allowing the other person to be honored in that moment. Allowing that other person to just be free to do whatever they want and whatever they want to become, but knowing that you have their best interest at face value. So it's just like recognizing your value. It's recognizing the creator within them, but it's also recognizing the creator within you. That there's this inseparability, that there's this interconnectedness between the recipient and yourself. But also there's this activation, and there's just this synchronization and this recalibration, not only within yourself, but within everything that you do. Because you're coming from a loving nature, you're coming from a non-biased nature, and you're seeing everybody as God, as that source of creation, but seeing them as your child. You know, if you see everybody as your kid, that means you want to take care of them. It's in a mother's instinct to want to take care of their children. But you'll ultimately do it in the most unconditional way, but also you won't do it in a way to where it leaves you burdened. But you'll do it in a way to where there's boundaries and there's space, but you're also holding space for them. So if you're holding space for them and you're allowing them to open up and allowing them to encapsulate upon this grace and this wisdom, then you're ultimately allowing them to heal and to breathe and to become. This is the path of service to others, but also this is just being a good reader, being an interpreter of energy, but also using your intuition from your innermost being. And if I can do this, you absolutely can do this. I am nobody special. I'm just a guy out in the woods who decided to just do a meditation. I'm nobody special. I'm not Michael Jordan or LeBron James. I'm not any of those people. I would love to have their ability on the court, but I wasn't blessed with their height and their agility and things of that nature. But you get what I mean. But you can be the LeBron James of being psychic. You can be the Michael Jordan of being an energetic healer. You can be somebody's locker room speech. to kind of just amp them up and to get them where they need to be and to motivate them and to inspire them. As a teacher, as a partner, as a friend, whatever it may be, you can be that for somebody. But how can you be yourself? And how can you just channel your own wisdom and to just be of service in the way that you're supposed to be of service? And allow somebody to be blessed by you. To be the blessing is to bless others, and knowing that you will ultimately be blessed. Because that is the activation of the blessed indeed. So everybody take a deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. So thank you guys for being on the live feed. I hope the internet connection was good majority of the time. But just know that being yourself and just being of service in the way that you're supposed to be of service will ultimately be the job that you've been acquired. And following your desires, following your passion, following that breadcrumb trail of excitement will ultimately lead you down to wanting to bless others, but also wanting to be a guide for another person. And it's very liberating when I get to do those readings and things of that nature, because I'm giving people peace and confirmation, peace of mind, peace of body, and also peace of spirit. And even if you just help someone today, or help your kids, or even awaken 1,000 people, then you've really done your job. And just allowing people to feel their own sense of enlightenment. So I want to thank you all. Book private sessions with me. It's only $70 for 1 hour and $60 for a healing and activation session. And psychic class for $50 if I get 5 people. And also go to my YouTube channel, White Wolf the Oracle, Instagram, whitewolf4741, and BitChute, White Wolf the Oracle 23_@ symbol. So I want to thank you guys. God bless, and namaste.